And welcome back, never skipping a beat to the LSF podcast. Man, can you guys believe that last week we just talked about our predictions for the Streamer Awards, and now here we are, the day after the Streamer Awards.
Yeah, that's definitely where we are right now. We're definitely going to talk about that again, 100%.
Yeah, no, actually, we're not. Kind of a snooze fest, I'll be honest. No one I cared about won. I lied. Shout out Frogen.
Frogen, though, for real,
True.
for real.
True.
Any Frogen enjoyers? Oh, that's I will say the one thing on it. I wish they just told the people how to pronounce their names. It's not that hard.
Yeah, or like have it like phonetically on the card.
Yeah, like it couldn't be that hard. Like it's not even like Frogen's that hard of a name. Like, I don't know. Who cares that much anyway?
Yeah. Although I will say it is weird that you read the word Frogen and then think that's going to be a J sound. Like that's a weird way to take that name.
Yeah, I'm writing it out to see like I'm typing it out. My first instant reaction would not be that noise; it'd be to say frog.
Yeah, like frogging.
Yeah.
Frogging,
Yeah.
and then you'd be like, you know what? Fair enough. I'll give you that one. But you know what's funny? I did just look up, and the first thing is, my name is Morgan. I go by Frogan on the internet.
That's very funny.
Also, just learned what Frogan's name was. But no, fuck. Super Awards was good. We're not talking about it well enough, but it was good. It was very fun.
Yeah, except for Young Gravy.
That was so shit, actually.
In the house. That's me.
We were in our chat being like, "What the fuck? Did they pay for this? Did anyone actually pay to enjoy this?it was one of the worst things I've ever seen."
The guy who came on and did Country Roads and was way better.
Yeah, like
and all he did was come on and sing Country Roads, and not even the best singing voice. Like he just came on and had immaculate vibes.
Yeah, that was a rip-off, if anything, and the fact that it was just a clout pick, and then you went, "Oh, thank you for him, let me come," and then literally like fucking did like the worst performance I've genuinely ever seen. And then just was like, "I'm off."
So
actually, started to nearly do another song, and then went, "No," and then was off.
That was crazy. How it was like it started up another song and then just left, just dipped.
Yeah. It didn't feel real. It didn't feel right at all. I don't know what I was watching, but you know what? Get the bag.
You guys are just afraid that he's gonna come sleep with your moms. All right, calm down.
I'm not. I feel like not in the slightest. He's a fucking foot taller than me. That's what I'm afraid of. That he would tower over me and rest his little fucking elbows on my head. That's what I'm afraid of. But no, that was it was good crack. I enjoyed. As I said, you know what? We're here again to talk about it. Squeaks. We love Squeaks. Everybody loves Squeaks.
We love Squeaks.
And I just think he's so funny.
Bleaching Squeaks frogs coming in soon.
I wish. I fucking wish.
Man, if we could turn back time and be Squeaks frogs, fuck.
Yeah, fuck stuff.
Man, you'd never see Squeaks jumping into the ring and popping his shoulder out.
That's so true. Actually, based on that's because he's 44. He'd pop everything else out.
yeah, he would. He'd pop his shoulder out, get into the ring.
Oh, did any of you see the fucking video of him dancing with extra Emily? It looks so strange. It looks like
I saw that. I saw OTK, but really,
I have not. Someone wanna?
It's you have to go on the OTK Twitter. I don't have it in front of me right this moment. But he
imagine not having every relevant clip ready to go.
I just didn't know I wanted to talk about Squeak. I should have known I wanted to talk about him because he's the GOAT.
We always want to talk about Squeaks.
But the video of him dancing with extra Emily is just so uncomfortable to watch.
Dropped it in stream text.
Sweet.
Thank you. Sorry, as soon as I opened Twitter, top tweet from Krellub. Everyone has a mommy king dipshit. It came free with your fucking Oedipus complex. Excuse me, sir?
The fuck's an Oedipus complex?
So Oedipus is the guy from Shakespeare that ended up fucking his mom. Do you know the story of Oedipus?
Bar what you've just said right now, no.
Okay, let's watch them dance and then we can talk about Oedipus.
Typically, Oedipus isn't a Shakespeare thing; it's a Greek mythology thing.
We are Greek mythology.
I'm not playing the music because fuck that. But look at him. You know, he's actually 28 years old, which makes me sad that he's 1 year older than me. In 1 year, that could be me.
You too.
What, Dance with Extra Emily?
Yeah, in a fucking gas station parking lot.
In a gas station parking lot, yeah. I actually watched that IRL stream. So I was like, I don't even follow Emily, but I seen with Squeaks, I was like, oh, whoa!
Yeah, I don't watch Emily either, but Emily's really funny. And then also, you know, Squeaks is just never not funny, so...
Yeah, the perfect combo.
Yeah.
But yeah, please tell me about man.
Back to fucking our moms. So basically this like emperor and his wife, they like have a baby, and this fortune teller is like, your son is gonna kill you, or like the dad's gonna die because of the son, and then the mom's gonna end up fucking her son. And she's like, what? No. So they like banish the kid to live in like a fucking like some off like nearby town or whatever. And
that's the start. Sorry, just to interrupt. That's the start of like every fucking. They're like, oh no, this might happen. Let's banish them so we never see them. And then whenever they grow up in 20 years, forget about the thing that happened. Then fuck them anyway. Like,
yeah. I mean, literally, like you're explaining how a lot of things just basically come from the first Greek stories and then have just been recreated over and over again. Like, that happens, like,
even in like all the stories, it's like, oh, they're prophesized that instead of just going, hey, we should just kill the kid. We should just kill the kid so it doesn't happen.
We should just kill.
They're like, oh no, we better send them away so that they definitely don't come back in 20 years and fuck us.
Yeah,
it's literally the plot of like Blood Brothers. If anyone's watched or seen the play, it's like, oh, if the twins meet again.
Is that the Jesus and Buddha anime?
No, it's not. it's an actual play, and it's like, oh, if you separate, it's like a fortune teller. It's like, oh, if you separate the twins and then they meet back up and find out that they're related when they're older, one of them will die. Ooh, guess what happens? Ooh.
That's just the plot of Sister Act.
Yeah, I think Blood Brothers might have came first, to be completely honest. But sorry to interrupt.
Not the Sister Act, the Parent Trap. That's what I meant.
Nope, that was definitely the Sister Act. Whoopi Goldberg out here.
The Parent Trap with
styling on those hoes.
Lindsay Lohan.
Is that not Freaky Friday? Wait, what's happening?
She's also in Freaky Friday.
I hate it here.
So in Freaky Friday, she turned into her mum and then fucked her mum. Okay.
Yeah. She turned into a mum and then fucked her dad, and that's Oedipus, I guess.
And then Herbie fully loaded. Is that what you were about to say?
Then Herbie was fully loaded.
Of course, filled with loads.
Herbie filled with my load.
Sorry. Anyway, back to fucking moms. Sorry, Vincent.
Yeah. And then I forget how, but like they're traveling on the road.
Of course.
And the dad dies or some shit for some reason. And Oedipus is there, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm gonna like help you guys out." And then the mom is like, "Oh, who's this like strong young guy who's like helping us out?"
This is every porno ever.
And then like he ends up becoming like king, and he just like takes his mom as his wife basically, and they're like having a shag, as one does. And then the soothsayer is like, "Fucking told you, bitch," and she's like, "No," and that's basically the spark notes of Oedipus.
What happened after they go, no? Anyway, let's keep fucking.
The idea of the Oedipus complex comes from Freud. He was the one who then related it to like taking the idea of the Oedipus like story and then relating into a psychoanalysis, saying like it's why, not even to the extent of you want to fuck your mum, it's like why you would look for a partner that has aspects that remind you of your mum.
Because of this old story. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not because
I'm
of the
joking,
old story.
I know.
It has parallels to the old story, so they named it as such.
Yeah.
But
then it's funny because like a lot of modern psychology is just like, hey, maybe Freud just wanted to fuck his mom.
Yeah, Freud was the only person with an actual Oedipus complex.
Yeah, he tried to make it normal. It's like, hey guys, what if we fucked our mom?
Like,
am I right?
Yeah.
Like everyone wants to fuck their mom, right? Like we all have that fantasy,
like,
and everyone's just like, hey, yo, what?
It's like, yo, no, not like incest. Like, you know, I fuck your mom, you fuck my mom, I fuck my mom.
Everyone fucks moms. It's normal, trust. That's why there's so much like step sibling porn on the internet now. It's his fault as well. He's like, oh no.
I don't even want to know the reason why that exists.
I don't know what the problem I have. If we're gonna go on algorithms, right? The Pornhub algorithm is its own algorithm, I guess. The amount of like step sibling stuff on that website is, it's like worrying that I see so much of it, but it's kind of just I'm not clicking on it because of the thing. I'm like, and I'm not being like, hey yo, stepsis content. I don't have a stepsister. I don't have anything even close to a stepsister. I have like, but anyway, before I go down some rabbit hole when I speak too much, the fucking, like, what's the deal with it? Why is it a thing, and why is it everywhere? Why can't they just be like, hey yo, two people fucking? Why are they like, my stepbrother delivers massive loads? I'm like, why? What is this?
Yeah, I really don't get it. Like, and also like,
I still click it, but I don't
No.
get it.
yeah, like, well, to be fair, like I get the thing there. It's like you click in it, but it's like, to be fair, if you want to find one that's not about like step siblings, you've got, like, that's too much scrolling for porn. Like,
At the
I just
minute.
want to watch the video already. It's like,
Well, I don't know.
I don't want to have to hit page 3 before I find a video that I can actually watch that doesn't make me feel weird about the step part.
It's too weird, long of a title, but watching stepsis porn because there's no other porn to watch is a crazy podcast title.
But yeah, I like. I doubt there's like psychologists in the fucking Pornhub like back there being like, okay, yeah, we've tapped out on the MILF porn. There's no more MILF porn to be had. Okay, what's after MILF? What other things? Like sister? No, we can't have just sister. Stepsister? Hot stepsister? Hey yo.
Yeah, I feel like
Get in?
I feel like they wanted like a teenage equivalent of like the
MILF.
The but not just MILF, but like the
Step
friend's
MILF.
hot mom. And it's like, well, why can't it just be like the friend's sister? Why can't?
Yeah.
Or like, I mean,
Maybe,
also,
but I
also
think
is
that's
that,
been
obviously.
has it been done? Is there like cycles? Do you think it'll come back around? Do you think
Oh,
like,
maybe
do you think there's
it's
like a
not
porn
cycle.
cycle? Well, we just haven't seen the old cycle yet. It's gonna come back around.
Maybe that's it.
It's gonna get
What's gonna be good again?
Girl Next Door. It'll come back to Girl Next Door.
Oh,
That was
okay.
like, that was like the 2000s.
I'm ready for Girl Next Door to come back around.
Yeah, like I think that was
I welcome it.
because that was like on the time of like music that like in the 2000s, like early mid 2000s, where it was all like, ooh, fuck, the girl next door, oh, punk. Like every fucking movie, like American Pie, all those fucking movies and shit were all about the girl next door. Do you think that reflected in the porn?
Oh yeah, the Girl Next Door. That's actually my favorite song. I
But
can't believe you.
But not the problem. Do you know what the problem is? That probably is a song somewhere, and that lyric probably exists in about 400 fucking songs.
Ooh yeah. If ooh yeah, the Girl Next Door exists as a song, please let us know in the comments.
Please do. But I'm not wrong. Like, well, not that I'm not wrong, but there were so many songs about it and so many movies that were basically just like, oh, we want to go with the popular girl. Oh, but there's the girl I've been friends with next door for 14 fucking years. And then we get married and have 16 kids. But I think it's died out. Now it's fucking your steps.
All popular media is now step.
Yeah, it's all step sibling related. It's true. That's what Avatar is, no? I haven't seen it, but I'm assuming that's what it's about.
I think Game of Thrones and
Game of Thrones, actually, to be fair, Game of Thrones might have been the start of incest, semi-incest porn. Because it has a lot of incest in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does have a lot of incest, but we all accept that, like, you know, we can't do actual incest in porn because that's weird.
Yeah,
it's like it's okay because it's in a fantasy medieval time.
Yeah,
but then you bring that into the modern set, you've got to add the step in there.
I actually feel lied to because I don't think any of those people in the porn are actually related, which is crazy to me.
That's the crazy part. Yeah, I can't believe they didn't actually get a bunch of step families together.
And you know what's crazy? Sometimes when you go on the channel, you see the same people having sex with other step siblings, and you're like, how do they have so many step siblings? That's crazy. How many are there? How big's the family? Ruined. It's crazy. Like, how many times is their family remarried? It's mad.
Like, I don't want to judge, but yeah, I also love like there was one that I saw that just like made me laugh because it was like it was a scene where it was like the stepmom, the stepsister, and the stepbrother, and like they tried to explain how none of them were related.
Well, you
like,
see,
so
she's from my other marriage, and he is from this marriage.
They
And
literally said, like, I know I married your father and I've got your sister from the marriage before, but we're all like, and it's like when you've written yourself into too much of a corner. It's so funny.
Yeah, people said One Piece is a long and complicated plot. Have anyone seen porn porn? Imagine, there's just some fucker out there. He's got like this tree. It's like, okay, this actress was in this one, and this is her stepbrother, and this is also his mother. So she's married this guy, and then this guy. And there's like a family tree of like.
They're like the it's like the Always Sunny meme where he's like doing like the.
But the Pepe Sylvia, Pepe Sylvia,
yeah. Pepe Sylvia. That's
more like Steppe Sylvia. Am I right?
So true.
No.
So true. Oh, but yeah, that's just an observation of the week. Fucking your mums and fucking your stepsisters. It's all gonna come back around to the cycle to the girl next door. I'm calling it. That's the hard prediction. That's the hard take. Comes back to me in 2 or 3 years.
I'm actually so hyped for the return of like the pizza delivery boy era.
Oh, that's a shout. That's been gone for a while. Have the plumbers been fucking recently? I haven't seen many plumbers fucking recently.
I haven't seen the plumbers be fucking, and I bet after that stopped being popular, less people got into like engineering backgrounds.
That's what caused it.
Yeah, that's what caused
People are
it.
like, yeah, these losers aren't getting fucking laid anymore. Cringe.
Yeah, but it's not that. It was more subconscious than that. It was. I want to be the kind of people who are getting fucked, and now all porn's showing you is it's all the losers that stay at home with the step siblings that get fucked.
So what they did instead was break up their parents from their marriage and made sure they got remarried as many times as possible. They increased
Exactly.
That's their new full-time job. Gamers, they're increasing the odds. That's how it works.
True.
Yeah, I've been trying to think of a successful segue, even a shit one. It's impossible to segue from stepsister porn to anything.
So
Anything
speaking of
else that
people
we're
who
gonna talk
want
about?
to sag their stepsisters, you actually saw Cants this week.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I did. I spent 6 days with Kent, and I'm actually still recovering. It was technically a week ago as we record this. Was it a week ago? Yeah, it was. And at the time I was seeing him, and I'm very tired.
I mean, it was over the last few days.
Yeah, I mean, yes, it was. He's still here.
Yeah, the Kansas is in your basement right now.
Yeah, I don't even have a basement, which is crazy. Yeah, yeah, it was a fuckload of fun. Yeah, we drank a lot. We slept together. No, we didn't. Actually, so what happened was Kant arrived on Tuesday, but I was still in work. So he vibed or whatever, and I didn't meet him until the Wednesday. On Wednesday, we instantly drove down to Dublin. I do the drive. We get there. We go to hotel. We get into a hotel room. Well, we have separate hotel rooms, and then whatever. We're vibing. We're chilling. And he comes into my room. And is like, okay, we're gonna drink or whatever and get some food. And I was like, sweet. So he brings out this 2 liter of not 2 liter. God no, it wasn't 2 liter. A big bottle of gin. And I was like, all right, sweet. But we only had. Do you know when you go into hotels and you only have like a selection of cups? We didn't bring cups with us because we're not fucking psychopaths. But they had the little tiny glasses that are supposed to be used for mouthwash.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, that's all we had.
that's hype.
So
did you hit up the Guinness factory?
We did hit that was. I'll go day by day. We did that. We did it the day after. But this is the first day, so we get there. We're like, right, we'll get drunk, we'll do whatever, and then we'll head out and get some food or whatever. So we sit down with this bottle of gin, and can't just pull out this pack of cards. He's like, I have this. We could maybe play a card game. Couldn't think of one, so we decided to play 2-man poker, where you automatically put a drink in as a bet. Bear in mind, we had these tiny little glasses.
It was strip poker, to be clear.
It was strip poker, yeah. It was crazy. I took all my clothes off before I even started, which means it was actually the reverse. It was get dressed poker.
Except for the sock that you always wear on your penis.
Yeah, the small, the micro sock.
You were that confident. The micro sock.
So we had these little tiny glasses, and was just like soda water and gin.
Soda poppin'?
Soda poppin', yeah. Soda poppin' was there, crazy. We literally just we're like betting drinks in the hand. So if you folded, you had the drink, so you're encouraged to play. But then we worked out that the math didn't really work out, but we just pretended we didn't know the math didn't work out. So it got to the point where we were just like constantly drinking these little tiny things. and in about 2 hours we had finished the bottle of gin, and we were just sitting in a hotel room at like 7 p.m, kind of half drunk, being like, what the fuck do we do? Like, okay, let's get food. So we go get food. We go to this place called Wow Burger, right? We go to where it says it is in the map, and it's just a pub. We're like, all right, and we go into the pub, and then the other side of the pub, it's just like fucking McDonald's. It's like pub with McDonald's in the back. It doesn't make any sense. Not like a McDonald's, but like a fast food restaurant. So strange.
Like,
so
if it was actually McDonald's, that'd be even crazy.
Yeah. So we fucking order, and then we just drink. And Cance, bless his little soul, got a lot more drunk than I did. We get back. we get back at like 2 or whatever, and we're hungers because we had eaten the food. Oh no, shit! We did something else. Oh fuck, I forgot. What we did was we went there. We drank a fuckload, ate the burgers, and then I was like, I've never been to a casino before. Technically, casinos are legal in Dublin, but they're really shit. So
right.
Can's like, oh, let's go to a casino. I was like, all right, okay. I just googled the closest one, or Can's googled the closest one. We get there, we go in, and there's like 2 people and us in this place, and we're like, okay, and then we literally had to go to the guy.
Did you, like Homer Simpson walk out of there?
No, we stayed. We stayed. We go in, and I take out €100. Can takes out €100, and we go to the roulette table. It's just like an automatic one because there was no actual tables. It was all just fucking computerized basically, but it was like an actual table in the middle. We sit there and we just gamble for like however long. Kant takes out some more money, I'll not say, but he didn't end the night well. I finished up, but while we were there we met this 40-year-old American guy who just sat there with us and was all like, when's your birthday? And I'm like,
Squeaks was there.
Squeaks was there, yeah. And he was like, when's your birthday? When's your birthday? When's your birthday? I'm like, 25th of January, 25th. And he's like, I'm gonna put it on 25. I was like,
then he's like, what year? And then you say every year.
Bitch. But no, it's like, oh yeah, this, and he kept putting it on. He goes, you're not winning it for me. I'm like, I don't want to be.
You're not winning it for me.
Yeah.
Stop giving me this pressure.
Yeah, it's like, man, I just put it on red or black. It's the easiest. It's either normally you win or you lose. It's simple.
It's a coin flip. The plan is simple.
Boys. And then he keeps saying, he was like, you better not tell my wife and kids. I'm like, brother, you're from America. We don't know your fucking wife and kids. We're not even from here.
You better not tell my wife and kids. It's so funny.
And then this other guy, this like local guy, comes up and he's all like, right lads. And it was like fucking we Dublin accent. And I'm like, yeah, right lads, or whatever. And he sits down and we're just chatting, all 4 of us. Like, no way, like normally you would just not sit next to strangers. But there was this whole table, and like it was like a round, like circular table, and all 4 of us were on the same side, sitting beside each other. It was very strange. And this guy just chatting away with us, and he goes, "Oh yeah, do you want some Coke?" And like just in front of everyone, we're like, no, thank you, I'm okay.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah, we're like no, and the American guy's like, yo, how much? And then they give them the full fucking financial breakdown, and we're just me and Kat are just sitting there. It's like, And this American dude's getting the full breakdown, and he's like, you better not tell my wife and kids. We're like, brother, we don't know your fucking wife and kids. Take all the Coke you want. Yeah, and so we finish up. I came out €50 up. I feel like a fucking god. I'm now up on gambling of all time. Kansas very much not up 50 quid. Very much the way the other direction. And we go outside and his phone's dead, but Kansas is like literally just having a little time, just went around. He's like, I'm fucking drunk. I'm like, I'm not. So no, I wasn't drunk. I was like nowhere near as drunk. So I get my phone out, try and find the hotel back. We walk back to the hotel, but as we're about to walk, the fucking guy just comes up behind us and goes, "Guy, Coke? Do you still want any Coke?" We're like, "Fuck off! Fuck off!"
He like, saw you and he was like, "They're not ready now, but that's a sale right there."
Yeah, he's seen all the money I won. I was like, "Shit, this guy can buy some Coke."
Oh, €50? Yo, that can get you some Coke.
And I was like, "No, thank you." So we walk back to the hotel, right? We're sitting there. It's like 4 a.m. I'm like, pizza. Can I have pizza? So we order pizza, and Kant just falls asleep on my bed. Like fully dressed, just like face planted into the bed. and I just go on a little journey. I go walking around the hotel. I go to the vending machines. I buy some Luxembourg Sport. I try to get into my car because I have like Pepsi Max in the car, but for some reason,
I'm just gonna see you try to get in your car, just like
trying to go get out. No, and then fucking I literally just trying to open the door constantly, but it won't open because it's 4 a.m, so it won't let me into the car park. Which, you know what? Fair enough. Right. So I can't get into my car, so and then I go up and I get the pizza and everything. I eat my pizza, I watch a YouTube video, and then can't just still sleep in my bed. I literally wake him up, and he's like so pissed. Not like pisses and drunk, pisses and like annoyed. And he's like, oh, fucking I'm like, get
really annoyed because he's in your bed and you're
I'm like, get the fuck out of my room and go into your room. He's like, fucking hell, fucking and he was just like half asleep, and he came in the next morning and was like, I think I was really rude to you last night. I didn't mean it. I'm like, hey, it's fine, man. It was 4 a.m. I consumed my pizza and would like to have went to sleep, and you were just flat ass on my bed. So you know, it is what it is. So that was the first time, and then we went to the Guinness factory the next day and went out drinking again with one of my friends, and then stayed, and then back up to Belfast for Paddy's Day. And I didn't go out because I was dead.
Was that one of the reasons Cancer was there then? He wanted to see Paddy's Day and...
He didn't know. He didn't realise that Paddy's Day was that way.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, because I messaged him. The reason we went to Dublin first was Ireland were playing England in Dublin in the Six Nations in rugby, and I was like,
right.
I would prefer not to drive into that. Thank you. Yeah, and then I was like, I'd also prefer not to be there on Paddy's Day. So we left on Paddy's Day.
All right.
And it took us like an extra 20 minutes getting out of Dublin because there was like parades and shit. We were just like driving through, like, and there was like parades and stuff going on. We were like, yes, cool. Yeah, it was good crack. The Guinness factory was an experience of all time.
Was it satisfactory?
No. It's...
Yeah, I get the feeling it's like pretty mid.
So I don't like Guinness. For a start,
that is already starting off on the wrong foot there.
Yeah, so I got there and I was like, I will drink a little bit of Guinness because like illegally required to. So we go we get there, we do like the early walk. We had these this worst. Do you know when you have like a shit in joke that's not funny to anyone? And even now I'm going to describe it, it's not funny.
Yeah, imagine you make a podcast based around having those.
Yeah. We like, this is the first thing we see is like, here's the process, here's what's grown, and it's like the plant or whatever fucking like grain it is. And I was like, holy shit, is that sand? And because I didn't know what it was, and I was like, what the fuck are they using sand for? So now every single time we went past something, we were like, holy shit, is that sand? We just did it for like the whole fucking time. It turned out it was like fucking Bailey or some shit, and you had to feel it. It literally was just there. You just had to touch it. There was a fucking waterfall
they were
inside.
They were never gonna put that in the beer. It was just for people to touch as they go
to the
factory.
Literally. Nice. It's just like, but everyone was being really needlessly polite in that they were like walking around like the one direction, but people were like stopping to reach it. But instead of
One
just
Direction
walking
was
around,
there.
Fuck's sake, man. They would know me. They remember me. I've met them before. I'm one of the homies. But everyone was like stopping to like wait for the person to read instead of just walking past them. And then we were like, Cance just went like full like fucking like Karen mode and was like, fuck this shit, and just like started walking past people like really quickly. And I was like, no.
Wait, so did you guys even feel the grain, or did Cance just?
We did, of course we did it. It wasn't sand. That's why we confirmed it wasn't sand. I felt it.
I would be so tempted to just like eat a mouthful.
The only part that I was really interested about was like, what I knew was going to happen was the marketing floor. All of these fucking tours for like factories are like, here's the history of our fucking marketing campaign. And I was like, yes. And I'm fairly sure Ted Nivison put it on fucking Twitter. Because before you were in the calls, you were talking about this, but Ted Nivison is also in the country at the same time we were. And was doing things a day after we were doing everything. So it just looked like he was following us. But he posted this video.
It's probably just like following your guys' socials and then just doing the same shit.
Yeah, he actually hijacked our conversation on Discord and was like, shit, this sounds like a really good itinerary. I should follow this.
No, Kant actually tweeted it out. I don't know if you saw, but
I
Yeah,
didn't.
that's how I knew as well.
Crazy. He tweeted out my address as well. He'd be like, "Hey, we'll be
that
here."
was a crazy one.
Cute.
The real funny thing actually before all this was Kant didn't know my name until I was like, by the way, it's like 2 days before he came over. I was like, by the way, this is my actual name. And he was like, oh, okay. And he's like, my name's this. Like, I know what your name is. So I stalk you every day. No, it was just
How
a
did
fun.
you know what his name was?
Because there's a
Has he emailed you or?
no, because he said it in his chat before. Because people would make jokes about his mother being in chat and then saying, "Oh, Joe Mama," because
Right.
his name's
Oh,
Joe.
okay, yeah.
And
Yeah, his
Joe's
Twitter
mama.
also used to be Joe Mama.
Yeah.
That's true. It did also used to be Joe Mama.
Spoilers. Hey, Kance and the 2 other people that might listen to this, doctors. I also have your full name and email address. But no, it was good crack. We had really good fun, fucking going around. And we went to a wee taste test thing, tasted like a quarter of a pint, and that was enough Guinness for me.
Yeah.
That was enough. I took a sip of it. Everyone was like, and I literally had to like stop myself from like looking directly into the employee's eyes and grimacing as I like drank it. I really don't like it. Literally took the swig and then I had to turn around and be like,
No, I don't like any beer at all, and Guinness is definitely just not a nice one either.
Yeah,
I don't like stouts, and Guinness is like the poster boy of stouts. So.
Yeah, exactly. If it was us three going to the Guinness factory, we would all have a terrible time.
Yeah, they technically had cider, but I was like not really feeling like drinking at that very moment in time.
Guinness cider? Oh, I'd definitely be trying the Guinness cider.
It's not Guinness. It's like it's under Rockshore.
Oh, okay. I'll definitely be having that cider though.
It's not bad. But they also, because one of the marketing campaigns that Guinness did in Ireland was Guinness Clear, if you're familiar.
Oh god, it looks just so wrong.
Well, do you know what it is?
Well, what is it? Is it just like
It's water.
Yeah, it's just water in it.
Yeah, it was like don't drink and drive. Like if you're driving, drink Guinness Clear, and it was just a tap water thing. But on the actual upstairs bar, they have this like big thing where you can look over the whole of Dublin. What's surprising is the Guinness factory is like the 3rd tallest building in fucking Dublin. This like bar that you can go to, you can literally look over the whole of Dublin, and you can not see anything else really that much taller than it, which is sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, oh, yo, they actually had like taps with Guinness Clear on it, and I was like, fucking, give me one of those bad boys, because I'm thirsty. My little legs were not a fan of all the walking. We didn't even do that much walking, but it was more walking than I would like to have done.
Did you hit the spire? The spire.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know about the spire?
No.
It's like the one thing that's in Dublin.
Tell me what it is. Like, don't just keep saying the spire.
It's just a big stick.
Yeah, so you know Slay the Spire? That's actually based off of Dublin.
Stop gaslighting me. What the fuck's going on?
I'm not making this up. It's like their like tourist attraction thing. They just have a big like stick, the spire.
Oh my god, it is just wait, this is just a stick.
Yeah, it's the tourist attraction. The only one thing they've ever done with it is that they made it look a bit like a lightsaber for when one of the Star Wars films came out.
This is just a pole.
It's for when the Force Awakens came out. They made it look like a lightsaber.
Okay, I don't even. This is a joke. We didn't really go like because I said like whenever he was asking about it, he was like,
That's crazy that you went to Dublin and didn't see the spire.
We might have drove past it, but like the thing with Dublin is I'm gonna say this right now. I don't like Dublin. I think it is cringe. Yeah, I'm not saying Belfast is the best place in the world, but like Jesus Christ, the Dublin is just.
No one would say that Belfast is the best place in the world.
I can say I honestly think it's better than Dublin, but that's partially biased. But like, Dublin, I just don't like it. The pubs are so expensive. Everything's so expensive for what it is, and like, there's like one of the most like famous pubs is what's it called again? I can't even remember the name. Someone will know it, but like everyone goes to it because like that's the place to go to get the most authentic experience. and it's just like you pay like €5 extra for the same thing you get anywhere else. You're like,
Nice.
I'm okay, thanks. Like
Yeah.
it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. So fuck Dublin. But anyway, we finished Dublin, came back up. Cans went out for Actually, Cans just sat on my sofa for like 3 hours, like editing Stan's videos. It was very strange. Felt very surreal. I sat here, played World of Warcraft, and then just heard like, okay, today, chat, we're gonna be, and then, okay, we're gonna cut. No. Okay, he was just watching a video that someone else had like done, and he was like making sure that it was like edited correctly or something. And I was just sitting here like, this feels very surreal. I don't like this.
Yeah.
And then, but what was funny, it was because obviously he hadn't seen it before, and he was like having little giggles at things. He was like, "Oh, that's good." I'm like, cool, man. But my fucking loved him. Like my dog, my.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because normally she's quite aggressive to people. But actually, I do know why, because we came in with McDonald's. We got McDonald's on the way home. And she was like, "Hey, yo, chippies. Hit me up with some chippies, yo." So yeah, you know what? Like, and then he came back, did that. He went out, because he was like, "I want to go out on Paddy's Day." And I was like, "You do you. I am very tired. I will not be doing that. But I will happily drive you into and out of town or do whatever you want to do." So he just went in and just like drank a bunch. And I picked him back up, and he was like, "Yay." And then we watched Squeaks for like 3 hours.
Nah,
I'm not even exaggerating. I literally put it on my TV and was like, "This is what we're fucking doing. We have no fucking choice."
I just love the idea. Cans is like, "Oh, I'm gonna go like get the proper authentic Irish experience," and then he's just sitting watching Squeaks for 3 hours with you.
Yeah, that was it. That's the actual experience. But then the next day, we woke up and we went to Galway, which I did not realize how far away Galway was from me. Holy shit! It was a 4-hour drive.
Galway, like the Ed Sheeran song.
Yes, like the Ed Sheeran song, yeah, and not Galway, like some people apparently pronounce it. And I mean, I think
Galloway.
Yeah, definitely not
Not
that.
Galloway, the stench chatter.
Yeah, but fucking literally, I it was like a 4-hour drive. I got there, we got in the hotel, and then we instantly went out and just drank. And Cams was loving it, because there was all these little fucking authentic like Irish jigs and shit. And he was like, "This is great." And I'm like, "Mm-hmm." I'm like, "Do you not have like live music in pubs in England?" And he's like, "Not really." And it's not like this. I'm like, "Oh, I guess." Because I was like singing away, and he's like, "I don't know this." I'm like, "How do you? Have you any of you heard of?" One sec. Let me make sure I say it correctly.
Nickelback. I love Nickelback.
He was singing away to Nickelback. Yeah.
Have you heard of the Fields of Athenry?
Not even a little.
No.
Okay, well, maybe that's a thing for me then. Like a lot of like football teams sing it. Listen to it in your own time. It's nothing special, but it was on. I was giving it a little sing song along with that, and he's like, "I've never heard this in my life." I'm like, "I can't believe you've never heard this in your life." But I guess it's just culture in it.
The Fields of Athenry by the Dubliners.
Yeah. Well.
Wonder where they're from.
We ended met up with my mate Liam and just like got fucking drunk. Bless his little soul, he's nearly sick. He couldn't hold up, couldn't keep up.
Couldn't keep up with you or Cans?
No, no, my friend could. Oh, like he loves drinking.
Right.
Cans couldn't keep up with us, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, got you. I was gonna say that's not very good if you can't keep up with Cans. Because I've never gone drinking with Cans, but it doesn't seem like it takes a lot.
Well, he's like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "We're drinking." I was like, "Oh, we'll drink. Don't worry." And he did do fair. He drank constantly for 5 days, which you know what? That's the heartburn incarnate. I took a little gap in the middle, because my little leggies were sore. But so we go out, we get home, we do whatever, we go to Supermax, which it's like the McDonald's of Ireland, to put it nicely. We sleep, we eat, we do whatever. We wake up the next morning, and the plan was originally for me to drive us to the cliffs of, I cannot pronounce it. It's not the cliffs. It's not the. It's Moher or Moyer, or it's Moher, right? Which I was told was in Galway, and I was like, "Cool, it's in Galway. we'll go there. It's kind of very similar to the cliffs of Dover, to be completely honest. We're like, let's go there, hype. So we wake up, and then my friend Liam was like, how about this? I'll drive you, because I didn't drink as much as you, because we started a bit earlier than him. We're like, cool. Right. It was the most unenthusiastic thing we ever done. We were both really, really hungover. It turns out it's an 1.5-hour drive away. So we park the car, and we get in my mate's car. He drives us there. We literally slept the whole car journey till we got there. Get there, go, and it's pissing down rain. And I go to walk it. I'm like, I get out of the car park, go to like look over the edge of the cliff thing, and I'm like, I've seen it. I'm done. And I'm like, you guys can go walk and do whatever you're doing. I'm going inside. There's a little cafe in there. I'm going to fucking scran. You do yous. So they go and...
So, this one's not one that the audio... Well, the listeners are going to get from this. Curly just cut out on Discord for me, and it just sounded like you said you were going to fuck a nan.
Yeah.
Like one does.
I'm gonna fuck Grant.
Yeah, I was like, fuck you. There's a cafe in there. I'm gonna go for a little scran. Yummy.
Scran. That makes more sense.
Yeah. So I stay there, eat whatever. They go for a fucking walk and just come back and it's drenched. There's only like I posted on Twitter. I took no photos when he was here, except for a photo of me in bed in Dublin, because I was so happy to be in bed because I was sleepy. And
so was the photo that he posted? Was that?
That was where we were. That was the cliffs.
That was the not interested rainy day. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the cliff. One thing I literally
was this photo like forced to be happy, or was this before you realized how abysmally miserable you were gonna be?
So this was him and Liam had done the full run around. I had just had an absolutely lovely goat cheese and caramelized onion.
Have you put? Is the picture up for people?
It was that one sec. I'll put it up. I think I'll put it up. Yeah.
That picture is definitely you being happy that you've just like eaten something really nice, and Cancer's like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Look at this guy.
They had just done the walk, and I was like, "I'll come back outside and I'll have another little look over the edge of the cliff, see what the crack is." Yeah. And as I come out, they just happen to be coming back in. And I was like, okay, I'm just going out for my little look. I just had a nice bite to eat, and they were just drenched, like fucking covered in water. And I'm just like, I'm wearing shorts, and like, and I'm like, yeah, let's go. And then we drove back, and Kance actually changed his flight so that he could stay an extra day, because he didn't get to see all the stuff in Belfast he wanted to see, and he went on like a tour of like, you know, like, so like the two things that we have here is the Giant's Causeway and Game of Thrones, and that's it. And Titanic, sorry, 3 things: Titanic, Game of Thrones, and Giant's Causeway.
Right.
So he did a tour that brings you like it takes you along the coast of the country. You see all the Giant's Causeway stuff, and you see the Game of Thrones stuff, and
nice.
And he came back.
So did you not do that with him? Did he just do that by himself?
Yeah, I was on work. It was on Monday.
Oh yeah, true.
Mm-hmm. And he stayed at my house because he was like, "Oh, I'll book something." I was like, "Don't fucking waste your time."
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a lot of extra money, wouldn't it? Because it'd be like short notice and that.
Exactly. Well, you said that. One of the worst things that happened was on our way down to Dublin. So Kance shows up at my house. So I go to pick him up, and we're going to go on our way to Dublin. And he goes, "So bad news. The Airbnb cancelled 20 minutes ago that we were supposed to be staying in."
Oh dear.
And I were like, "Oh, okay." And so on the drive down to Dublin, he's just on every fucking website possible, being like, "Okay, I need to book something. We need to book something." I'm like, "Don't worry, we'll get something. We'll get something." So we didn't even know where we were going. Like what? We were driving down there, and I'm like, "When we get closer to Dublin, just type in the name of whatever you've booked." So we managed to get a hotel, and it was pretty good. But we were supposed to be staying in this like nice apartment that he had booked, but they literally just like last minute went no.
That's so cringe.
So it's extremely cringe. But the hotel was pretty central. We had a good crack in the end.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of drinking and a lot of sleeping and a lot of being extremely hungover.
Sounds good. And I believe, Z, you had just as much of a fun time during your week as well.
Yeah, fucking. So I also took a fucking fancy vacation because it was spring break last week. And so, fucking For starters. So originally the plan was me and my friend Dakota. We were going to go to fucking Utah, and we were originally going to leave Friday, but then he was like, "Oh, I'm fucking stupid," and didn't realize that like you meant like this Friday. So he didn't request off work, so he was scheduled through the weekend. So we're like, "Fine, we'll just leave on Monday." But he fucking had his car. He was like, "There's like a bump on my tire, and I want to like get that shit checked out. So we're gonna like take it in and get it checked out." I was like, "Fair enough," because when you're driving fucking 18 hours across the country, you want to get that shit checked out. And they were like, "Damn, fucking, you're gonna need 4 new tires and 4 new sets of brake pads. It's gonna cost you $1,500." And you're like, "Fuck."
Christ.
Right? Or like, "Fuck." All right, well, I guess I can't go on the trip anymore. I don't have the money. But then in the last like possible time for anything to have happened, as they were backing his car out of the fucking like mechanic, they scraped his bumper along a wall and like scraped a bunch of the paint off, and they're like, "Hey, our fuck up, our bad, we'll just send you the money back." So the trip was back on. But we had to wait for Wednesday for him to get the check to go. So we like fucking, it's like a fucking 14-hour drive to Utah from Kansas. Because I'm like eastern Kansas, like as east Kansas as you go, like as not Missouri as it could be, basically, like as close to, yeah. Um, fucking So we stop like 9 hours in Golden, Colorado, because my friend Gabby lives there. And she put us up in an Airbnb because she like works for like some fancy fucking like Airbnb hotel thing. It was actually super fucking nice. And while we're there, I got sick. I fucking threw up twice. And I was like, man, that really fucking sucks. So anyway, we spent the next 3 days camping outside in 20-degree weather. And I have just been perpetually fucked since then. And it's just been awful. But the trip itself was really fucking cool. In Colorado, not a lot happened. We just kept trying to convince ourselves that ghosts were real, because it's like exactly like it was fucking this like thing was built in like the 1700s. And it was just like a bunch of like old creaky fucking stairs, and we're like, man, I bet there's just like ghosts abound. Um, but then I fucking experienced time dilation. I swear to fucking God, because we, did we get drunk? What happened? I know we hung out with Gabby until like midnight, and then when we came upstairs, he had Dakota had put some fucking bullshit on the fucking TV, like a Burt Kreischer fucking comedy special or some shit. And so that shit played for like 2 hours, and then I fell asleep for what felt like 2 or 3 hours, and then I woke up and threw up again. And then I was like, "Damn, that's crazy. What time is it?" And Dakota's like, "It's 3 a.m." I was like, "Shut the fuck up. No, it isn't." uh, it had to have been later than that. And then I fucking went back to sleep. And like I went through this ritual of like all of us would fall asleep, one of us would wake up to the other snoring. We would all like reposition, and then we would fall back asleep. And I had this vivid memory like 90 fucking times. And it just like fucking every hour felt like fucking 5 hours. And I got like 30 hours of sleep that night. And I just wanted to fucking, I just wanted the day to be over. Because every time I'd wake up and like check my phone, it'd be like only like fucking like 20 minutes had passed. Even though it did felt like an hour and a half. I'm just like, what is happening? So it is the longest fucking night of my life. And then we went to a cute little coffee shop. Because cool thing about Golden, Colorado, that's where the Anheuser-Busch factory is.
Bush.
So, yeah. Yeah, like President Bush, the guy who, no, it's
Mm.
not actually President Bush.
The guy who did 9/11.
The guy who did 9/11, yes,
Doesn't
yes.
care about black people.
Well, that's up in
Maybe
the
that's-
air, but 9/11 for real happened.
I was like, to be fair, that's every U.S. president, but
Was that not the one? That
Even
Kanye
Barack
said that?
Obama.
From the meme where Kanye says that.
There's no
Oh,
meme for
maybe.
Kanye.
Yeah, where it's Kanye and Michael Myers doing some sort of like charity relief thing for like Katrina or something, and then it's just like they're just doing it. Then and then Kanye just goes, "George Bush does not care about black people," and Michael Myers is just like, "Oh, okay." Not gonna say anything here.
I don't fucking Joe Biden had the fucking slip up of like poor kids are just as smart as white kids. I'm like, implying that only like black families are poor.
Ah.
That was bad. But
9/11, eh?
9/11, eh? Speaking of 9/11, this week's tier list.
Is that the segue?
No, it's not, because I still have fucking camping to talk about.
1 sec. I'll bring it back up. 1 sec. Yeah, I'll bring that back up, and then I'll cut the. I won't cut the side. Yeah.
Okay, there it is. Um, but we go fucking to like some little diner, and this girl, it's her first day. She got everything about my order wrong. My food had tomatoes on it when I ordered no tomatoes. My drink didn't have espresso or vanilla in it, because I normally get, so I get the gayest drink imaginable, basically. I get an iced dirty chai with oat milk, add vanilla. Uh, my chai had neither espresso or vanilla in it. And I'm just like, damn, that fucking sucks.
You're speaking
That's,
another
that's,
language.
that sounds fucking terrible.
I don't know what that is, but I don't want it.
That drink without espresso and vanilla sounds fucking dreadful if that's how you normally have it.
Well, it's a chai tea latte. Like that's what I got, was just a chai tea latte, but I usually like spruce it up a little bit. So like it's not bad, but like
Yeah, but
it,
but you've got the extra caffeine and you've got like the sweetness of the vanilla. I feel like that's what
Yeah.
that's like having like coffee and normally taking sugar and then being given one without, and then you just like.
it's not quite that bad. I'll say the vanilla's a bit extra.
Fair
Not
enough.
a lot of people do vanilla with chai, but
Googling chai.
it's an Indian drink, is where it originated.
I don't think you're gonna have much success googling chai and then being able to understand what that's gonna taste like.
Yeah, no, but I didn't know if it was like, like.
It's actually like a really cool spice blend.
Okay, it's just like normal. It looks like normal tea. I didn't know if it was gonna be like, like miso, not miso.
It's a blend of black tea, ginger
Oh,
cloves,
right.
cardamom, and cinnamon.
That's fair.
Not miso. What's the other thing I'm thinking of? Like the green shit.
Boba.
Not boba.
Uh,
God, this is
I don't
bad.
know. Like a herbal tea, you mean?
Yeah, there's like. What's it
Herbal.
called? Keep
There is also green tea. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you just mean green tea or if there's a specific thing you mean.
I do. I kind of mean green tea, but there's like a name that I'm thinking of which is bad, and I'm trying to stall
Matcha?
while I find that. Thank you. That's what
I
I'm
got
thinking
you.
of. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like
matcha's the green tea one.
I'm typing in like Japanese green teas, and it's like bringing up like loads, and I'm like, if I keep talking, I will scroll down and find the word that I'm looking for. I just seen it on screen right now.
The monthly
Yeah.
special at the Cardboard Cafe. It's like a board game cafe place by my house. It
Doxed.
has, yep. It's got fucking blueberry matcha as their monthly special, and it's so good.
Fair. I'm not a big hot drinker, full stop. So that would I've never tried any of these things. Like when you were like, I was like, mate, I drink coffee or tea, and that's it. nothing
Well,
special.
I get all my coffee and shit iced because it's like hot coffee is good, but like if it gets a little bit cold, it becomes really bad. Whereas if like iced coffee heats up a little bit, like
Fair.
it's not as bad.
No,
And so like
that's justifiable reasoning, but I cannot stand like iced coffee.
I do for when I was like 13, I would get like frappuccinos and shit, but that's about as far as my my life would go, and I had to stop drinking them because I was like a fucking crack addict with like with
that was my start as well, getting the little frappuccinos. Yeah.
I was like, oh, I gotta fucking bounce off the wall. There's no point in existing.
Yeah, I just remember the last time I went for like a Costa where it was like a chocolatey cappuccino, like a chocolatey latte thing, and I was just like extremely disappointed. So now it's just like cheap and cheerful coffee, like 2 sugars and milk, like and that's it.
Fair. I just drink
and
Pepsi
maybe
Max
a
and
hot
water.
chocolate.
Pepsi Max and water. The diet
Hey,
of king.
At least you drink the water. That's better than some people.
I love water.
Yeah, like all I drink is like energy drinks and water.
Oh, I also want it to be noted that I'm currently wearing a T-shirt that says "Ho Ho Ho" and a picture of Santa on it.
Best.
He's so based.
Because it's really comfy. I got it like for every Christmas. My parents would give me like a new set of pajamas, and this is the like pajama top from it. And every time I see it, I'll come out of the wash. I'm like, hey, yo, kind of comfy though. I don't care.
That's fair.
Anyway, Z got his order fucked by a little person.
Yeah, so no tip for that server.
No, I tip because I'm not an asshole.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you give the 10% tip if they've done
10% is 20%
job.
these days, man. What the fuck?
No, 20% is when they actually do a good job.
20% is the minimum these days.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I ain't from the US, so I don't.
I'm telling you.
No,
Yeah.
that's fine. I'm just saying my it wasn't me saying that it was 10.
Oh,
It was me
whenever
saying I have
when
no idea.
I tip people here, it's when I open my wallet and go into the coin pouch and go, what coins I got? And if there's no coins in there, they don't get no tip. If there's coins in there, they get a tip.
Yeah, fuck you. We ain't tipping any of our servers. Even Z, fuck you. No, yeah, but obviously it's a different situation in the US for tipping.
Right. Yeah, it's fucking dumb. We should just pay our fucking waiters an appropriate wage and then
Crazy.
yeah, not have to fucking worry about it.
But then how would the businesses make all the money so that the person can never work again in their lives? See, that'd be stupid.
True, I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah, that'd be so
Have you
stupid.
forgotten about the 1% Z? How could you?
Damn.
That'd be so fucking brain dead. Oh my god.
Someone's
God.
got to look out for the 1%, and my god, it's the LSF podcast.
Yeah, they got it hard out there. Like sometimes when they hire employees that like don't do their job correctly and they still have to pay them, that's really hard for them.
It's actually so cringe as well. They have to like keep them for those 30-day trial period and then sack them. Sometimes it's like
And then there's like this, sometimes when they're like sick, sometimes they maybe pay them, maybe sometimes.
yeah, so
and that's really
sometimes they
hard
would
for them.
have, like especially in the last few years, sometimes they would have this like disease. I'd use disease lightly. It sounds more like an excuse to me.
It sounds like
COVID.
something that like the Chinese put in the 4G or something.
Yeah, they would say, "Oh, I've got COVID, so I need to have 5 working days off." Fuck that.
Yeah, and they're like, "What's an isolate? Is that like like some sort of
Is-
like thing you gotta tax you gotta pay? Like what the fuck?"
Isolate, that's fine. We just won't have any other members of staff come within 5 meters of you while you stock those shelves. It's fine.
Yeah.
No,
No-
fucking, so going along with this, actually, one of the things we're talking about is the like the bush plant and like how a lot of they like
that
hire
was where this detour came from. The word bush being mentioned.
they'll hire like a lot of people on like temporary contracts for like 30 days and they'll only work like 1 or 2 days a week. And Dakota was like, well, that makes sense, you know, with like such a big like national corporation, they like want to like test people out and make sure they're like only hiring quality people because I bet like a lot of shitters come through. I'm like, no, Dakota, it's predatory hiring practice, so they don't have to like treat their employees like employees.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, and then, like, he's such a sweet, like naive little boy. He always like thinks the best of situations. I'm like, no, it's actually capitalism being awful, and here's why.
Yeah,
It's just so cute. He just assumes the best of things.
I think I'm like that a lot of the times, but there's some things where they're just so blatant. You're like, come on, like
Yeah.
Like there was I think we might have talked about it on one of the other podcasts. I can't remember, or if I just briefly mentioned it. It was like fucking like one of the like it was like Insomnia or some shit, which is like a gaming expo in the UK.
Yeah, we did talk about this, I think.
Yeah, and their whole we're gonna bring someone on to our social media marketing team.
Yeah, the social media marketing was like it was like was it like a contest or something?
They basically went, apply here. You might have a chance to do it for free.
Yeah, that was just voluntary. Yeah, it was kind of like a contest. Yeah.
Basically, they're it was like sending your CVs to work for free. Yeah. This will be really good for you. Trust. And you're like, yeah, it's almost as if you've just set up a massive like event. You'd think you'd be able to hire some fucking like 18-year-old on minimum wage at the very least to post stuff on your social media.
Exactly. Literally, like. Like you could say, oh, Insomnia is a big festival and it's in the gaming sphere, so we're only gonna it's only gonna be like a small thing, so we're only gonna pay minimum wage, but it's a good experience. Like that's still pretty scummy because you should have more money than that to pay someone who's gonna do a decent job at something that isn't like something anyone can do. But that would at least be better than saying, hey, want to have a competition to run this for free?
Yeah, there's that's one thing. I guess it's probably worse in the States. Like at least in the UK, we have like employee rights and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't even know if you can. I don't even know if can you even be an unpaid intern in the UK.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can, but like it can't be for like it's an extended period. Like it's like there's certain time frames that it has to be. Like you can't do it for longer than like a month or some shit. Because then at that point you're just an employee. Like
Yeah, an internship has to be like an internship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it can't just be an excuse to not pay someone.
It does shock me how like in the US like realistically you have like fuck all say about your employment situation. Like if you want to if they want to sack you, they like if you're like in a lower like, as long as you're not like a big fucking CEO or like someone that earns mega bucks, they can just sack you and not really be a problem because
Well,
your only way to get around it is to sue. And are you gonna actually sue? Whereas here we have like
Right.
actual
That's always the
laws.
big thing.
Yeah, we have actual laws that prevent it, so you can you'll easily win.
In the UK, there is similar things like redundancy still exists.
Yeah, no, but redundancy
So,
exists as a thing that you at least you get compensated for losing your job. Like realistically,
you still get like a month's compensation and stuff. Like generally.
yeah, and it's not
Essentially.
like, and they also have to give you 3 months notice. They can't just sack you.
It depends on if you've been with a company more than like 6
More
months.
than, yeah, it
Like,
depends.
yeah.
But like most of the time, if you've been somewhere at least semi
Or a
long
year, something like
term,
that. Yeah.
they have to give you 3 months notice. It
Yeah.
also depends how many people they're making redundant, how much notice they had to give you. Like when I got made redundant, they had to give us like literally half a year fucking notice. So we worked for half a year, got paid for half a year, knowing that we weren't going to work there anymore.
Yeah, whereas when I was made redundant, it was like a week and a half.
Yeah, it's all to do with like little shit. But even at that, I know there's just been times where in the States especially where they just went, okay, don't come in tomorrow. Smile.
Yeah, but I mean more like some companies use redundancy as like a means to fire, like rather than it like legitimately being redundancy, if you know what I mean.
But even
like
at least you get compensated for it, is what I'm saying. But I mean, like the difference is in the States, like you just literally be like, bye, don't come in. Whereas here, that like it'd be almost not impossible, but it's very difficult to do that.
Yeah.
And the whole like
you can only like firing like, well, you can never just fire someone.
No,
obviously, but like you can only like fire someone with immediate like suspension if they do something like like horrific.
Yeah.
Like if you catch them like literally stealing money or whatever.
Yeah, but I don't know. America Cringe Part 3.
Is it really Part 3? I feel like we talk about America Cringe like every week.
Yeah,
I feel like it's America Cringe episode 41.
Yeah, nah. What was that? We're fucking. Have you seen? This is actually a top. Are you finished? Sorry, did you have anything else that happened on camping?
Let's see. Like it wasn't like super. And like a lot of it's just like more like cool visual stuff. Because like Utah, not a whole lot going on like city wise, but like
there's literally a Salt Lake City. What are you talking?
Shut the fuck up. No one cares about the Mormons. Speaking of the Mormons, so day like 4 in a row of me being sick off my ass, we decide that we're gonna go on my first ever hard rated hike. Because it's like an hour and a half, basically straight the fuck up a hill.
That sounds
like,
smart.
hell yeah, yeah. But once you get like, because it's to get to like the arch that's like, the one that's like on all of Utah's like branding and shit. It's like on their license plate.
So Utah branding, just a funny, funny phrase. Yes, they're branding.
Here.
Imagine getting the Utah brand deal though.
Sheesh. I work for Big Utah now.
I just want the Omaha one, just because whenever I hear the word Omaha, all I think of is fucking like quarterbacks. Like, even though I don't think that's what they're saying, but in my head they're all going Omaha, 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 Blue 90, Omaha. One's like, this is just a rock, dude.
It's quite a cool rock, to be fair.
Look at this fucking rock.
It's also big though, because look, there's like tiny person in there.
Oh, I didn't see the person. Okay, it's a big rock.
It's big rock arch.
In my head, this was like the rock is. I'm like, okay, cool. It's like 2 people high.
It's big rock.
Yeah,
okay.
So this is called Delicate Arch. It's the the ranger that gave us the lowdown said it's the celebrity of Arches National Park. Basically, it's like it's the one that's like on all their branding and shit for like the state of Utah. And as we're hiking up there, there's like a little like cave with a window where you can see the arch from it. And it was honestly a way better spot to get pictures from than it was getting pictures at the actual arch. Because we were able to hike up and like be under the arch and stuff. And then, man, all right, fuck it, one story at a time. But fucking, as me and Dakota were like taking our pictures in the little window, a group of like 12 fucking Mormons are like, "Hey, can you take our picture?" And I'm like, "Sure," because they're all like decked out in like BYU gear, which is how I know that they're Mormons. And I'm like, "I got you guys." And then they're trying to fit all fucking 12 people in front of this tiny little window, and still have the arch be visible. And like, is there a way to do it? I was like, yeah, I kind of got you. And so I'm like fucking like literally like half hanging off the fucking cliff with like 1 foot and like the fucking camera up like this, like action photographying for these fucking Mormons. Got them the best photos of their fucking life. They're welcome. And then we finally were making our way through the arch, and what I thought would be really fucking funny, because I ended up taking pictures for like 3 people, but just because like having camera knowledge, the merch they were wearing, god damn it, hold on.
Kind of pissed though.
you gonna share that? Yeah.
Yeah, I was opening it. Oh my
That was
god, give
the,
me a second.
Also, do you want to share
that was the merch. That was how you know that the
Oh,
do you
down
wanna
share the
the
other
meme I
meme.
made?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the meme I made.
What a fire meme.
Oh,
can
back
see.
to that one. That is a good meme. Except it was ruined by the fact they used the fucking Fortnite font. It's how I
Says a
knew
lot
you
about-
made that meme and didn't find that meme is because it was a Fortnite font.
Says a lot about our society.
For
Kind
like
of
a
true,
tiny
though.
second, I was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe someone else has made a meme about this." And I was like, "No, it's fucking Z with his Fortnite font."
I'll be honest, it's just what was preloaded into Photopia when I opened it up.
Fair. You've
remove
been
it
making a lot
from
of
your
those.
remove it from your PC. Uninstall that font.
Fair. So you got this goated photo of being a fucking acrobat. That would kill me. I would never do that. I would cry. If there's a
But
cliff
then-
involved.
Yes, so I'm taking photos of some other people. And can you pull the picture of the arch up again?
Oh my god, I just closed.
Yo, can you pull that up for us?
Yeah, Jamie, can you pull that up for me?
I'm not getting paid enough for this.
Jamie, show me this guy's balls. So you see like the little like ridges down in front? That's like the best place to like stand to get photos. What I asked the girl who took our photos is like I wanted her to get like directly like up on us and like turn the camera up, and me and Dakota were gonna be flipping off facing down, and you would just like look from the bottom up at the arch basically, and it'd be like a really fucking like sick album photo. This girl just did not have the vision, and the photos we ended up getting were not great. Let me.
To be honest, if I was that girl and you started that conversation by saying, "Yo, can you get all up on us?" I would be like,
Can you get up
no.
all up on this shit? For real, for real?
On God.
Want to
Oh,
get all
God.
up on me? No, bye. And then I jump off the cliff.
With the Mormons.
Premarital sex kills? Yeah, so does this. And then you jump off the cliff. Do a backflip.
Wicked.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft. For real, for real. On God. No cap on a stack.
Oh, and
You
then
got-
my fucking favorite meme was just soy jacking nature.
Nice. Have you guys seen the thing about the in Minecraft?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, the Muggle male.
I watched a Muggless meal about it.
I'm gonna say that police guy, ACAB, but also that guy's a fucking giga chad.
No, I actually no, John. No, I said this earlier. I had a full Hassan take when I watched that video. I was so pissed off. It's the amount of death threats that go unpunished online, but the minute it comes up to a person that has any kind of authority and power, instantly all we can to find out where this guy is, take him down, rush there now, sort it out. It's a fucking joke. It's an actual fucking joke. I hated
Actually
it.
true and best.
It's not it's not even funny. People are like, oh, it's funny, it's me, we can't get away with them in Minecraft thing. I'm like, people actively tell people to kill themselves all the time. And then
Could you
and
imagine
people
if they put that
report
much
crimes
effort
like,
into, like if they found the person who did all of the deepfake stuff?
yeah, or like the people that like are like actively racist online, or the those kind of people that I'm sure they could probably find.
Yeah, imagine if they could find Elon Musk. That'd fucking tear him down a bit.
It pissed me off. I genuinely went full like, I hate this. I hate everything about this. I hate that just because it affects you, you've decided that you're gonna waste so much fucking time and money to get this guy arrested to make a fucking point, and have all these fucking press conferences literally laughing in the guy's face, being like, "This picture of this guy, I got him."
Yeah,
like you fucking cunt, wasting so much time.
I will say I take back that like all of this if they then follow through and do it with every death threat and everything ever.
The only thing I would
if this is a turning point where they're like, oh shit, this actually needs to be stopped, and then now they stop every single one as
They
much
won't.
as they can.
they
Then
won't.
yeah, well exactly they won't.
Yeah.
But if they did that, then that's the only reason why this would be like invalid. So
Yeah, the only thing that would have been
there you go,
actually
America. If America wants to, for one episode,
America
I'll say it right
non-cringe.
now, America, if you do what you did with that one guy who did it to a wealthy white politician,
Police officer, was it not? Or was it a politician?
and police officer.
I think it was
can't
just a police officer. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
wasn't even
was also
anyone
something to
noteworthy.
do with that politician, but I don't.
You say not? It was a. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it was a police chief or whatever, but someone who had the ability to get it done, get something done
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, so that guy, if you go forward and actively like work with people online, streamers, content creators, like politicians that are actually like getting these death threats and things, and get them all some sort of retribution, so that the people see it as an actual threat, rather than just thinking, oh, I can do it to anyone that isn't a member of the police staff. Then I will title the next episode "America Maybe Not So Cringe."
Part 0.
Part 1 of 1.
Stunning and brave of you, Lion Eagle.
Also, here's this picture that Z took.
That actually a fire pig, to be fair.
Thank you.
It scares me. I know you're not hanging off the edge, but it scares me.
Correct,
It
yeah.
fills me with dread.
To be clear, if he was hanging off the edge like that, he either has the most amazing arm muscle in the world, or he's dead. Like...
Also, I swear this. Oh, I swear this is a Mr. Beast thumbnail.
Hey, it's
I swear I've seen that Mr. Beast thumbnail that looks exactly like this.
That is actually a Mr. Beast thumbnail. That's so funny.
All three of us took a photo like that. Because I was like, oh, do you guys want to take like that photo? And they're like, what do you mean? I was like, oh yeah, you can just like tilt the camera up and then it looks like you're hanging off the
One
ledge.
second.
They're like, oh shit.
One second. Is that NoticeTheZ? And that's the one I was looking at. I was like, I swear I've seen this. I also.
Oh yeah, like literally.
There are window there.
Is that like being like underground?
That
one, or is it
that's the Antarctica one.
see.
That's the Antarctica one. That's the guy who spent 100 days in the circle.
Oh, 100 Days in the Circle.
He seemed to like this hand out grabbing, like that meme though, like the fucking like choke meme.
That must be why you thought it was. It reminded you of that. For a second, then I thought one of those images was Trash Bill. I was like, how did you not mention that?
I just realized pretty much all the thumbnails have Mr. Beast in it, except this one of the child.
Wait, what?
This is a kid.
What's the video?
Would you quit school for 100K?
Yes.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense why
I
you
don't-
use a kid for that one. But
But I'm. Oh,
yo, that's a Giga Chat thumbnail. Just the subscribe button.
if you press this, I'll pay.
Do it, pussies.
Look, another kid.
fire.
Me and him high me in 5 years.
Look, another kid.
Yeah, Mr. Beast thumbnails, am I right? Day 2, he'll have to leave the island, keeps it. Wow. What a world, eh?
What a world.
What a world.
Speaking of what a world, you know how many months there are in a world year?
Fucking smooth, dude.
Why so?
I don't know, like at least 4, right?
I think there's
like
4
10.
seasons, so I think you're getting a little confused there.
Oh.
Yeah, 10,
Yeah,
close.
The 4 Seasons Hotel.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's what I was thinking of. Well, I know there's September because there's the one song about it.
Sure.
When you
You know
wake.
there's 21 nights in that bitch?
There's at least.
There's 21 nights in September.
Yeah, there's only 21 nighs in September. That's why the song says that.
Just wake me up when it ends.
Oh, true. There's 2. Oh, September happens twice because of those 2 songs. So, there's also February because there's that one day that if you're born in it, then you age slower.
True. You canonically are
Yeah.
alive for longer. Yeah. In the
Yeah.
lore. Yeah, in the lore of the earth.
In real life law.
Yeah. So the reason that we're discussing this is because this is the tier list this week. Woo!
Whoa.
What a smooth, beautiful transition. There's one that I want to start with because it definitely had the most effort put into it. It's this one.
Hello.
Oh, well, let me have a look. I want to pull it up bigger.
For the audio listeners, all of them, it says months I don't have depression and months I have depression.
Yeah, shout out to April. April's really carrying.
April's the only happy month, it seems. What happens in April, Z? What's the deal with that one?
So as we all know, April of 420 fame.
Oh, fuck off, man.
And then you know what's even funnier? Do you know what month the 69th day of the year is in?
Oh shit, dude.
April is literally 42069. And then I have
I'll say that
September as
they do go and ruin it by putting April Fool's Day in there.
Yeah, but that's supposed to be a happy day.
Started with the cringiest day of the year. So
the most base day of the year.
Nope, incorrect.
The most telling my partner I got pregnant day of the year.
But then they do it like 1 minute after midday, and then you smack them because that's legal.
Yeah, so true. It's illegal. I don't know if America has that rule. I feel like they're cringe and don't have that rule. Are you aware of this?
Nah, they'll be out there like fake proposing at like
at like 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if so. The whole thing with April Fool's Day is that if you do it after 12 or midday, it's cringe and not based. So like that's it. You're supposed to stop.
Maybe a UK thing. Yeah.
It's definitely a UK
thing.
thing.
Pretty funny.
It's half the day. If you do it afterwards, you're the fool. That's like the.
That's the lore.
That's the law. Yeah.
It's the actual appropriate time to say the word lore.
Yeah.
So the only reason you have it.
It was LAW. It's legal. It's legal.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then like the only other ranking that actually matters is September being at the top of gives me depression because I do get the most depressed because just thinking about 9/11 just really really gets me.
Yeah, but then only like what it's like what 12 days later or whatever you get to listen to September. So
this is true.
I had first
10 days.
Yeah.
Looked at Land Eagle's tier list and was like, what the fuck is this? But I've looked at it again and realized what it is, and I fucking hate it so much.
Hold on.
I want to see how long it takes.
Let me cook in real time. Is this Eagles?
Because I was like, is this like some sort of play on like the date system? And then I only looked at it there about 2 minutes ago and went, oh fucking this fucking dude, this fucking guy.
I love doing the ones that just make me fucking annoyed.
Gotcha. It's the number of letters.
Yep, it's the number of fucking letters. So obviously May has 3. June and July, hey.
Whoa, it's my tier list. Let me explain.
Yeah, hold on. Let him cook.
Hold up. March and
okay.
April have 5. August has 6. January and October have 7. And then, I actually did not know this, but November, December, February, and September all have 8.
Do you know, genuinely, if you had asked me, I thought January would have had 8. I don't know. I feel like it has more letters in it.
So as the podcast viewers can see, when we were doing this tier list, you can't see every letter of every month.
Yeah.
I had to sit and think about the letters in some of these.
Like I just swear January's longer
can I just
than
say,
December.
Fuck February. Why you got that R in there?
Yeah,
February.
You weren't using that R.
February.
No, you're February.
Damn, you tell.
Fucking get rid of the R.
Can someone look up the lore?
And get down to 7 and 10.
I love that you both went to unbelievable amounts of effort.
You can fuck off February. You can sit on the same pile as fucking Wednesday. Get out of here.
Wednesday. I will say
it's the same vibe.
December doesn't feel like it's that long. Like in my head, I think maybe it's just because it looks squishier. Am I high when I say that? Does December look squishier?
The letters are overlapping with each other.
No, but not even. Shut the fuck up. You know, it doesn't look as big. You know, January feels more squished, like more stretched.
Have I ever spoken on the podcast about how cringe the months are?
No. This seems like the perfect time to do so.
Why the fuck? And November and December, the 11th and 12th months of the year, and September and October. So September, October, November, and December. So that you take the first part of those words.
Yeah.
It's September. So Sept 7. Oct
Do you actually
8,
not know this?
Yeah, it's because they added 2 more because of the fucking cringe Romans.
Yeah. It literally
it's
used
fucking
to be
annoying.
right, but
why couldn't they have added them after fucking December? Why couldn't they have kept them so that those fall were in the right place?
Because Julius Augustus Caesar said, "Fuck you, I'm going here."
Yeah, well, why can't it be the fucking end of the year and fucking have Augustus and have fucking Augustus Christmas in there?
I'll be honest, I
Christmas.
never thought about it that hard, to be honest. I didn't know this was a thing.
But
Yeah, 'cause, like
it's-
October, you think it'd be the 8th month, and it's like, nah, fuck you.
Is it not?
No, it's the 10th.
Fuck.
Yeah,
That's
so
crazy.
September is the 9th, even though its reference is 7. Oct is 8, even though it's 10. Nov 9, even though it's 11, and then Dec 10, even though it's the 12. So fuck you.
I always used to forget about August. Like as a month.
Yeah,
as a
August,
month.
August fucking sucks.
I think August is genuinely the worst month.
August
All
is the
it's good for is
forgettable
like
month.
the start of school, and everyone's like, no.
Yeah, everyone fucking loves that. So
Yeah, well, but like whenever
I love school. Everyone nerd emoji in the comments for NoticeTheZ right now because he just admitted he loves school.
That's why he works in one, because he loved it so much.
If you love school so much, why don't you work in one?
And then he was like, "Fine, I will."
To be fair, school's the only place where it's socially acceptable to start a Family Guy roleplay club. So
That's fair. I also seen a thing recently where some woman got arrested. She was 29 years old and just went back to school for a year.
I saw that too.
Yeah, because she went back to school because she felt lonely and just wanted like stability or some shit. So just went back to school. Jesus. Yeah, and just like showed up and like nobody clocked for a while.
Nobody clocked for a while.
Crazy. For real. On God. But yeah, my tier list is the only one that's actually semi, like
what do you mean?
put
Mine
effort
is
in.
incredibly based.
So I did it.
Mean? I just told you how I put effort into mine.
Yeah, you did math and English at the same time. That's big.
I had to count some letters on my fingers.
So mine's what starter type I think they would be.
It's actually what kind of airbender they would be.
Yeah, I didn't put air in.
Grass instead of earth.
Yeah. I think some of them are kind of straightforward. I remember doing it and being like, these seem kind of straightforward to me.
I do like how, like, for a lot of these, you've gone with so for the grass types, a lot of the ones you've picked are ones that have leaves or plants in the picture.
Well,
and then the one that in fire has the sun or the beach theme and fireworks. And then the one with water is the ones that have snow and rain. It looks
that's kind of obvious, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it kind of did the heavy lifting for you.
Yeah, it kind of did. But I feel like some of them are kind of obvious. Like I feel like the summer months were going to be the fire
Why
ones.
is February grass? I don't get that.
See, it just didn't feel like water, you know? Like, and I was looking at it and I was like, I don't really.
To be fair, February's an ice type, you fucking idiot.
Why?
Because cold.
But it's not always cold in February.
It is, though.
But it's
if
not,
you
though.
live in Australia, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. What the fuck?
Yeah, to be fair, all of these months would be like fire.
Yeah, so is it always hot in July? Fucking those Antarctica Julys, fucking notably hot.
That's why April's not in. That's why April's not in fire. Because in my head, so I have this. I already thought about like what they would be if they evolved again, right? Like what their like secondary types were when I was going into this in the more depth in my head.
Right. Yeah.
So in April, the thing with April was right. One time when I was 3 years old, it snowed in April, and I remember this very vividly. And the reason I remember it so vividly is because there's a video of it. So I don't remember anything. I actually just watched the video. I just watched a video of me as a child and then by default decided it's a memory. It's of my cousin building a snowman.
On actual Easter, like Easter Sunday once, where I live.
It could have been that day. It could have been the one we're talking about. But
I mean, we live on separate islands. I don't know.
But like, it's close. It's close.
It's relatively close, but I don't know if it necessarily would mean.
But anyway.
Also, you said you were 3 years old. I was in high school, so.
Okay, well, we don't know what age. We confirmed you're 40 odd.
Confirmed that
anyway,
I'm the oldest LSF member.
There's
some magic.
You're up there with Squeaks.
Yeah. I look at Squeaks and I'm like, I remember when I was that young.
Oh God, remember when you could move your hips? Eh? But it snowed, and there's this video of me just pottering around, just about able to walk and speak, vibing in the snow. And my cousin is building a snowman.
Well, what kind of Pokemon would they be as well?
It's let me finish the fucking story about the snowman, right? He's building the snowman, and in my head, April's related to snowman because this video of my 6-year-old cousin who's older than me building the snowman, and I come over and I just fucking wallop its head off. I just he's building, I just come over and he's just I don't even say anything. I'm just fucking take the head off, and he goes, Cameron! like that, like in the most high pitched voice ever.
God,
And so now April, yeah, my name is on my Twitch thing, so it's not really doxed. Yeah, so literally April in my head is, even though it's never snowed again in April, April is snow time, and it's gonna be a water ice type.
So I'm imagining the Pokemon is a snowman. He
Yes.
starts off as like he starts off as a snowball, then he becomes a snowman, and then he becomes a snowman with his head kicked off.
Snow Giga Chad.
Is a snowman holding his head after it's been kicked off and he's
Yeah, it looked like Melmetal, but like with the hole in his head, like under its arm, like.
Yeah, exactly. I love that.
So yeah, I thought about it.
Are all of your water types water ice?
Maybe, I don't know, but they could be, which is the problem. It's kind of hard not for them to be water ice. The only thing I was thinking of is you could maybe make December like Krampus themed and make it water dark. You know?
Ooh.
Yeah, you feel that?
Although Krampus would definitely be like ice dark, but.
Well, it could be also be water. Shut up! Like I'm trying. All right, I'm trying. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to be more creative here. February is, my head was Grass Fairy, and it's like a Cupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. We like.
Yeah.
Also, for you actually, why is July in fire? Just because it's hot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's not always hot.
No, here. So we get like 2 weeks of warm a year, and it always comes in July.
I'm just saying, fucking, if you're gonna fucking cloud on me for fucking February being ice.
Yeah, but this
cold,
is
I'm gonna
my
cloud on
tier
you.
list.
So would November become like a grass fire and be like a bonfire?
Yeah, that's a good shout. That's a good shout. It could just be like a big fuck off pile of leaves.
And then October could be grass fire as well and be like a jack-o'-lantern.
I was gonna say it could just be a pumpkin, but that already kind of exists. In pumpkin.
Yeah, but it's not a grass fire, so it's all good.
Fair. It's kind of hard for them.
Don't make it ghosty. Easy.
Easy clam. May, or well, I don't know. I haven't thought too hard about them, but like I thought a little bit about some of them being like, and whenever it came a little more difficult. That's what I'm feeling, you know.
Then March is a fiery leprechaun.
It's racist, Joe. You can't say that.
No, it's based on the image that's in there, so.
Well, it is based, so.
Yeah, it's based.
Ayo.
Also, what do you mean that's racist?
You're not allowed to talk about leprechauns. They're my animal.
Leprechauns are they're not an animal.
Well, you don't know that.
Rude.
You don't know the
You're
law.
appropriating Curly's neighbor's culture.
Yeah, you don't know my
they're
culture.
They're a mythical being, not a racial stereotype.
You don't know that. You've never seen one.
I do a podcast with one every week. No.
Whoa.
Fucking got
See,
him.
look what he just called you, man. That's crazy.
Oh, you don't want to know what I call Z.
I am in fact a short king.
Oh, thank God I unscared my screen. I instantly clicked over to Twitter and just me and Malkova naked.
Bro, fucking same. So like, normally my Twitter feed is like fine for school. I'm fucking sitting there scrolling at school today. I'm like, yeah, what the fuck?
Oh, Jesus
goddamn
Christ.
That's because you googled like big boobs or whatever that kid googled.
It's because I googled why is there so many stepsister porn? Why?
This is true.
But yeah, do we have anything in? I have to say, do we have anything else in the dossier? There was the
That's
one other
fine.
thing.
You can say that. This one number 4.
So I actually messaged NoticeTheZ earlier in real life, IRL.
He thought that he would have fucking Yu-Gi-Oh knowledge that I would not have, and I laughed at this man.
That's exactly not what happened.
To be clear, Curly was just confirming that you'd seen a specific video about this topic.
I just messaged him saying, "Seen all the babies complaining it got a 7," is what I sent him. That was it. I just wanted to see if you had seen it.
Context. There is a 1-of-1 Yu-Gi-Oh card that exists in the world. It is called Tyler the Great Warrior, because back in like 2002, I think, a kid got cancer and he went to make a wish and he was like, hey, for my wish, I wanted to be able to design a Yu-Gi-Oh card. So he fucking put Future Trunks on a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Yeah, this is
it. Recently, he partnered with a YouTuber by the name of Simo. He's a very prominent Yu-Gi-Oh YouTuber. And he was like, hey, I want you to like document me with this card, tell my story. because I would like to sell the card because in the past, like Tyler's like tried to like go on like Reddit and like go other places to try and be able to sell the card, and he literally got like banned and like laughed out because people are like, oh, that like like it doesn't exist. The kid who had the card made died,
Yeah,
but as it turns out, Tyler didn't die, and so he's like having an impossible time trying to sell the card. And the case that Konami gave it to him in, it was like a gravity like pressure case, was actually kind of like fucking the card up a little bit. And so he got it taken out of that case and put into like a professional like graded case, so that way like it would continue to like hold its value, and it will also like prove authenticity of the card, and like people would know like what type of condition the card is in. And everyone online is pissed out of their minds that it got a 7 out of 10 because they're like, it's a 1 of 1, what does it matter what the condition is? Or like
should have got a 6 really. Well, I don't think it was worth 7.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And one fucking, if any grading company is worth a damn, they would grade the card on what the condition of the card is, like regardless if it's a 1 or 1 or
what
not.
they did.
Yeah. So like people getting mad at them could fucking, I don't know, do you want them to just fucking lie and like ruin their credibility? No, fuck you. But 2, this card is going to go for millions of dollars.
Yeah, I also don't like, why are people even caring about what it got anyway? Because the grading of the card is actually super irrelevant because of it being 1 of 1.
I will
It's
say
like-
there probably are some high-end collectors that are a little discouraged of wanting to buy it because it's not like in perfect condition, but it is still 1 of 1. So like,
Yeah, you're never gonna get a better conditioned one.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's
Yeah.
the best. Like no matter, even if you tore it
To
in
be
half,
fair.
it's the best condition Tyler the Great Warrior card that exists. So
I will say more as a layman. Like, I'm looking at the card now, and like 7 is still not bad by any means. Like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, it doesn't look shit. You know what I mean? Like, the card still looks like a card. Like, it still looks good. Like, I'm sure, like as you said, it's old, considering how old it is as well, to still be in decent shape.
yeah, it's like over 20 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like fair play to you, man. Like, you did it as best you could, considering you got it as a child as well. Like, I am a fucking, when I was a dumbass child, I would have been fucking putting that shit in my pocket and never, like, even, like, you know what I mean? I would have been doing shit with it. I wouldn't even have thought. I'd be like, hey, oh, look at this shit. But my favorite thing was Landigo was like, is it good? I'm like, no. Could you play? I don't know. It's also not tournament legal. I'm
yeah,
fairly
that's what
sure.
I was saying.
It is tournament legal because there's
I thought it was illegal.
like a lot of the like Worlds promo cards, it'll specifically like have printed on the cards, this card cannot be used to do a duel. Tyler has no such printing on that card, so
I
there's
thought it wasn't.
no, there's nothing stopping
Ooh.
the buyer of
that's
the
good.
card
I mean,
from cracking it out of the case and slapping that boy in a deck.
Yeah.
To be fair, the card is shit though. It's like 2 tributes for a 3,000 attack point monster.
It also can't be special summon.
How can it not?
Yeah, literally the first line is, this card cannot be special summon.
Yeah,
so that was like the first question I asked is it good? And Curly said, not anymore, and it was okay when it came out.
Like,
it would have been kind of okay back in like 2004
yeah,
when it
exactly.
came out.
You would have played it. Like, it would have been better to play that than a Blue Eyes. Like, you know what I mean? And people would have done that.
But no one was playing Blue Eyes.
No, but someone would have. and I'm saying like, unless you were going like you wouldn't have played it in a competitive deck, but like, was it a decent card? Sure. Was it the best card in the world? No.
I think it should have been. I think this card should have been like not directly as good as like getting all 5 pieces of Exodia, but like it should have been like really good, and then it should have only been able to be played by the Make-A-Wish kid.
He dominates the competitive scene for years.
Exactly.
They make support cards for it, but he's the only one that has it.
They make support cards for it.
That's literally like if you think about the anime, right? So there's
imagine he like gets a community of like people who are like in the Make-A-Wish Foundation together, and they just get all of them together to build a deck
of unique cards.
Together we have the strongest 1 of 1 deck.
Yeah, the Dragon Ball Z deck.
It's the Great Warriors that are just like complete rip-offs of Dragon Ball characters.
It wouldn't, the fact that the Great Warrior, like, it wouldn't surprise me if there's some like really fucking niche interaction with like other like cards that have like the Great, or
Could
like,
you
imagine in the future they print something with a similar like text. Because the way Yu-Gi-Oh works is like, there's a lot of like archetypes that'll have like, if you look for blah in the name, like search this card or whatever. Like there was a really old card that got mistranslated was it Frog the Jamsy? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
And they literally had to change the name of the card because technically you could search it like off using like other shit, and they were like, no, no, it's
Yeah,
not
like
the-"
all of the frog cards would be like add any frog card to your hand except Frog the Jam.
Nice.
And yeah, and
because Frog the Jam was like not related to those frog cards.
It was mistranslated. It was
Right.
mistranslated
Oh,
in
right.
English.
yeah, so it's like it was never. It's not like it was game breaking or anything because Frog the Jam's literally just like a level 2 vanilla with like no effect.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's like they didn't want that interaction to happen because of like the purity of the lore. So they ended up changing Frog the Jam's name to Slime Toad. But like other like really fucking dumb stuff like that is like Evil Swarm and Steel Swarm are like technically part of the same archetype. And so like the search cards say add any L Swarm card to your hand because like it counts. And then they had to change 100 Eyes Dragon was like 100 Eyes Dragon. And so it worked with all the Red Eyes support because it was like add any Red Eyes monster, like boost a Red Eyes monster,
Nice.
like Red Eyes, and because 100 Eyes has the hyphen in it, it
That's
counted
so
as a Red
funny
Eyes.
because the word 100 ends in red.
Yeah.
That's so fire.
So they
did that on purpose so it would work with that, or that was like
no, they
No.
actually went and they changed 100 Eyes
Oh,
Dragon
okay.
and they removed the hyphen, so it
They
no
removed
longer
the
works.
Oh, I actually thought that was like a Giga Chad way of like adding a card to the Red Eyes deck without like the Red Eyes met without having it be a Red Eyes. That would have been so much cooler if it was the other way around.
Yeah, that's just a stupid way Yu-Gi-Oh cards work.
Yeah, just wait there to be like they'll release like a Great Warrior archetype. Forget this card exists, and then it'll be like except for Tyler the Great Warrior.
Yeah, and there was
What
some
the
people
1
don't-
millionaire sitting like fuck.
Yeah,
Shit, when are they gonna make my
there was
archetype?
There were so many people who like don't even know about Tyler the Great Warrior as a card, and they're like, what the fuck is that?
They all look it up and they're like $2 million.
I'm not playing this set if I can't get all the cards for it.
Like it's kind of like in a way like so in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime, right, there is 4 blue eyes white dragons. Kaiba destroys one of them, so Kaiba's the only person that has a playset of blue eyes. He owns the company that makes the cards. He makes cards that only work with blue eyes white dragon. He just prints support for a card that only he can use. It's the exact same thing. He's like, I bought the company to print more cards for my little blue eyes to work, and I'm the only one that can use it. You're a fucking piece of shit.
And he's still ass at dueling.
He still doesn't win. Oh, I don't know. He does play that Ring of Destruction and Ring of Defense combo. The goat.
Yeah, Ring of Destruction is the goat.
Yeah, but he plays that fucking card every single time. He just happens to draw those 2 exact cards, and he plays one-ups in his deck. He probably has like a 80 card deck because for some reason they just have so many cards.
Yeah.
Like in GX, they always say that at one point they're like, "Oh, Jaden has 40 cards in his deck," and then I'm like, "How does he? There's no way he only has 40 cards in his deck. That motherfucker's used 100."
Here's my deck of 40 fucking one-ups, and I see the same 3 every duel.
Yeah.
Giga Chad.
Always throws Persinatrix, Polymerization, and the fucking Avion in his first hand every game without doubt.
That's because in the anime, you actually only see the battles he wins. He loses like 90% of his battles because
Off
he doesn't
screen,
draw
yeah.
well. Yeah.
He breaks. He's like, "Oh, guys, can we just like restart? Can we just like mulligan?
You're-
Can we
you're-
go
yeah,
again?"
mulligans, yeah, mulligan. And then
Guys?
because everyone else is in the same boat where they have those perfect opening hands, they're like, yeah, mulligan, yeah.
They're all just waiting there. Shit, did you get your hand? No, I didn't get it. Okay, how about you just put the best 5 at the top, and then I'll put my best 5 at the top, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, then they cut that out because no one wants to see that bit.
Yeah, exactly. There's actually just like
Yeah, it's
40
like not once ever. They're like they're like sitting down for like their epic duel. They're like, well, I fucking bricked. Game 2.
but then it's like one of the ones where they get sent to the shadow realm.
Yeah.
it's like my beat I bricked, and then they just get sent to the shadow realm.
I'm pretty sure in
Well, Rip, that's GG, and then he just like fades to dust.
in the later series that happens, so where there's like there's actually a whole episode where both of them fucking brick, and it's just about them like trying to like top deck like the best cards. I'm like, you know, fair enough.
So funny.
But yeah, that's really cool. I recommend watching the Simo video. I haven't watched the full thing, but I'm assuming it's really good. He watched that it was a pretty decent watch, and I watched the first like.
It's a short little 17-minute documentary about this one of the coolest things in Yu-Gi-Oh history. Honestly, There is no other 1-of-1 cards that exist in Yu-Gi-Oh. So
Yeah, most card games, there's very few 1-of-1 cards.
right. Have you seen the thing Magic's doing where they're releasing a 1-of-1 as well?
Was it? Is it? It's not the like thing with Lord of the Rings, or am I high? Is that different?
It is Lord of the Rings. Yeah. So for some reason they're doing like an officially licensed Lord of the Rings set.
And there is
in
the
the
One
set,
Ring.
yes, it's the One Ring to rule them all, a 1-of-1 card that they're just putting in booster packs and sending out, which is insane. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
What's what?
clout. It's
Well,
gonna give you
what's it-
clout on the internet.
Yeah, I want to
what's
know
it
what
gonna
the I want to know what it does. The
What does the One Wing do in Magic the Gathering?
If this is right, it's a legendary artifact. It's indestructible. When the One Ring enters the battlefield, if you cast it, you gain protection from everything until your next turn. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life for each bird encounter on the One Ring.
This card can only be used if you have Tyler the Great Warrior on the field.
And you can tap it to put a bird encounter on the One Ring. Then draw a card for each bird encounter on the One Ring.
I feel like it's just like win. I don't know anything about Magic the Gathering, but that just sounds like you take no damage and you get to draw more cards. I feel like drawing cards is never a bad thing in any game.
Well, you take no damage for the turn it's brought out.
Yeah, so it's like instant like free turn and more drawing power. I like it.
Yeah.
Whatever
it's
fucker gets
it's
that.
Good. It's that doesn't sound game ending to be fair, but
it sounds crazy. I don't know anything about Magic the Gathering, but if I was saying like, Yu-Gi-Oh, if there's a card where you just play it and it goes, you can't do anything for a turn. Oh, and I get to draw more cards than you.
Well, they just can't hurt you. They could still summon on their turn.
And that protection only lasts for 1 turn.
But even still,
it's not that crazy.
I don't know how fast Magic is, but I'm saying if that existed in Yu-Gi-Oh, it would be fucking
Magic
crazy.
is painfully slow.
Okay, well then that's not as bad.
Yeah.
Then.
Oh yeah. You can just like end someone with like 1 missed turn in Yu-Gi-Oh, can't you?
Yeah.
You can, exactly. That's what I'm saying. If that existed in Yu-Gi-Oh, it would be
whereas
mental.
that doesn't. I'm sure that can happen in some.
It does happen in Magic.
circumstances,
Aggro still
but,
exists as a strategy, but
that not every single time.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah.
Cool. That's our fucking dose of Z being a fucking nerd.
Oh, this is weird. So you're saying it's a 1-of-1, but there seems to be like a few variants of it.
No, there's the other rings. There's the 13. Is there not 13 rings in fucking?
So
Lord
the
of the
one
Rings?
that's in Elvish, I think that's the actual one being printed, and then the one that you looked at to read from is like a rendition someone has done as like this is what it actually fucking does. But I think the one that's
okay.
I think the one that's in Elvish is the one that is actually printed.
Oh well, that's really shit. Because there's one where it's like 2 cards that go next to each other, and one's Gollum and one's the One Ring. Like, and they like the artwork like spreads across the 2 of them. Oh no, there's a set of 4 where it's got Frodo, Samwise.
It wouldn't surprise
Gollum,
me.
and
Maybe the card still exists, but like there's like a 1-of-1 version of it. Maybe I don't know.
I was just thinking that same thing as well.
Yeah,
it's like
maybe. Because that one in
Elven
Elvish
art.
is like it's like rainbow shiny as well, like rainbow foil. So maybe that's the 1-of-1, the one in Elvish. Oh yeah, it says 1-of-1 on it. Yeah, that'll be the 1-of-1 then.
Whoa,
So
really?
so the card itself isn't 1-of-1, but there's a 1-of-1 variant of it. So it's not quite as crazy.
Well,
like, there's not a card that you physically can't add to your deck unless you get this 1-of-1.
I don't know. I just don't know. But I'm guessing that's the case.
Because this set of 4 exists, which is
It
actually
wouldn't
really hype. That'd be really cool to.
You said I've heard Magic is quite. What's the word I'm looking for? Quite cringe when it comes to like stuff like that, where they'll just like they'll like have all these things that are like really hard to get, and then they'll be like, well, actually, fuck it. Here's like a whole set of like these things coming back, or like they'll kind of cringe people with like how they do cards, and they're quite money hungry that way. I don't know if I'm right or wrong about that. I've just heard through the grapevine.
Yeah, I've only ever played Magic through other people's decks. I've never experienced the
I've never
purchasing
touched it.
and yeah.
I literally know. I know it exists, and that's it.
I mean, I'm also like I'm not very familiar with Magic as well. I only played like 3 or 4 times.
He's dying. Look at him.
Fuck you.
I mean, to be fair, we got to the end of our podcast discussion stuff. Unless you meant dying as in like dies of cringe because we've never played Magic.
All of them. All
No,
of
I
the
fucking
above.
needed to cough, and he's like, "Look at Z, you fucking."
Look at that
bitch."
fucking dude. Look at that fucking
Look at this dude needing a cough.
Guys, like, me trying to be respectful, and he's like, "Hey, look at him! He's doing the fucking thing."
Speaking
Yeah,
of
so
look at
we're-
him and
we're
the
back,
fucking
baby.
thing.
Nope.
Bye.
We're
Squeaks on the podcast next week. You heard it here first.
Squeaks? Oh, imagine. Holy shit. Zoop, zoop,
What do
zoop.
you mean? It's true. Zoop, zoop, zoop.
Zoop, zoop, zoop.